How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl. Today we're actually checking out Drafna, the founder of Lat-Nam, and I don't know much about him in the story. I think he's part of the neutral faction, which is the third path. Against a Pashalik Mons deck. Goblins abound, I guess. Blue. Then we copy an artifact, hopefully, at some point. So his abilities are you can pay 2 to return an artifact, which is actually surprisingly powerful. And you can also pay 3 and tap him to control of target creature X. I think I can pay this. Yeah, I can pay this. Got me a Pashalik Mons. GG opponent. Yeah, people really don't like it when you steal their commander. But because hey, we got a rare. An Uvenwald Oddity. Always welcome. But because Drafna is kind of... So the way we're playing him is kind of as a ramp commander. We play a lot of mana rocks, and the ideal is we play him early game, generate a lot of mana, then we tap them, return them, and then recast them. It's a bit of a pyramid scheme, but you can also just play a bunch of artifacts and then cast a Thought Monitor 10 times, and that's generally enough to win, honestly. So we're going to keep this. I've never played a hand of this deck with Thought Monitor that wasn't somewhat decent. Against Tezzeret, Master the Bridge, so he might actually have a bit of an artifact off. Like, Tezzeret is bonkers in his own right, so I can imagine that if there is actually a chance that this won't be decent, it'll just be quick. Quick and brutal. So next turn we play Mightstone into Guardian Idol. To remove our guy, that's not too big of a problem. Drafna. He's our guy. He's married to Urkel, who is also third path. Like, these are the filthy neutrals of the Brothers' War. So up to 5 mana next turn, we can actually... So if we play Hedron Archive, that's a discount of 3. We should be able to play Hedron Archive and Thought Monitor next turn, which be a bit nice, be honest. It'll be nice. So I haven't won with this deck. Like, I don't know how the deck wins, other than casting absurd X spells. But I've played 4 or 5 games with it. Yeah, I have one of those. Mine's gonna be cheaper than yours, though. I might die, though, as a result of me casting it. Aha. So next time we can, like, Meteor Golem. Get rid of the scariest thing. We don't want to... Like, if I have to, I'll sack my commander here. Or chump block with my commander. Because his value is later in the game. I can also just steal the best 2 creatures. I'd like for them to have like an untapped. I could also steal their commander when he comes down. That would probably be greater EV. But like, we have all this mana, we gotta use it for something. Mass manipulation is probably the most efficient thing we can do. It's our only 2-for-1 on board. For the love of God, don't have a counterspell. No block. So let's see. Like, I imagine what they do is that they attack in Tezzeret. Do we just die to Tezzeret, unfortunately? I think we kind of do. I mean, we kind of don't, but we kind of do. Who do you belong to? Owner Impro. Okay. All of that's fine. Two artifacts off the board does leave us alive. We need a way to get an answer to Tezzeret is basically what we need. So they have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we killed Tezzeret and then we even the score? Or Overflowing Insight? On to game 2. That was a victory. We won. Actually, I think I've lied because I have one with this deck and it was through the mass production, masterful production line of play. Forging the Anchor is really good in artifact decks. It's something that I hadn't been using for like the Urza and the Mishra decks. But you can't really use it for the Mishra decks. You could use it for all of the Urza decks. And I probably should have. I just hadn't realized it was a thing, you know? So I also have achieved the Cityscape Leveler, like, play a bunch of artifacts and make all your artifacts into Cityscape Levelers and then swing. That is a very cool kill. I am very into that. Oh, God. I forgot. Spark Double. Spark Double this. Spark Double things. Ignore me, opponent. Karn Living Legacy. That's gotta be the worst, like, just flat out bold-faced punt I've done in a while. We'll get rid of the Dreamy Boy. Defiler of Dreams. I guess he's not really... That just sounded very weird. I'm sorry, guys. You gonna protect an Urza? Eventually they will. Okay. So... So next turn we can copy something that we cast. And I'm thinking I'm going to copy a Thought Monitor, if I am allowed. Our opponent has demonstrated their capacity for possessing blue mana, which is always a little bit worrying when it comes to the resolving of spells. I don't know, sometimes I think to myself, how long can we make this ad-lib go? Wow. Can you equip that? It's neat. Did they... Okay. Yeah, I'll take a copy of this. What do I want to discard? Melodies. Probably Semblance Anvil, actually. Like, it'll draw me another 2 cards, but I don't really need it because Drafna just bounces it anyways. Normally, Semblance Anvil would be really good. Oh, wait. No, that does something different than what I thought it did. I thought it was a Sculpting Steel, but even with it as it is, it's not good enough for what we want to do. I'm glad they didn't, just alt Karn, because that would have killed us. But now it does nothing. Swing for 4. The greed was there. So next turn I'm going to have 10 mana, aren't I? 6 plus 3 is 9. Yeah, that's 10 mana. That means during their turn, I can Hurkyl's Final Meditation. You know, I do watch some like lore for Thothy YouTube channels here. And here on YouTube, I mean. And I got like most of the story beats for like Urza and Mishra and even like Tanos and Ashnod, and to a lesser extent like Lauren and Felden. But I don't really know what happened to Drafna and Hurkyl after the war, or if they survived the war. Now I have 10 mana. I can steal 3 things. That one. You got another Power Stone. You're welcome. Now where Hurkyl's Final Meditation is just bad, but yeah. Even if it's bad, I doubt it's going to be contested at this point in the game. Like, steal 3/4 of your board is generally a victory condition in and of itself, right? And then next turn we can actually get the other Urza. Urza didn't know it when he was fighting in the war, but he's actually on Drafna's side. Him and Drafna, they're tight. They just don't know it yet. Man, I should be running Agent of Treachery in this deck. Like, I should be running a way to turn Agent of Treachery into an artifact. 4 is what that costs. Cool. That's mine now. Thank you for your time. You gain protection, not your permanents. Very important distinction to make. And you guys can kill him. And that'll do it. Let's get rid of that.
You still know nothing of my dreams.
Really? I think you're on board. Oh, that was Tezzeret speaking. Tezzeret's dead. He doesn't have dreams anymore. Honestly, Tezzeret is one of those characters in like the lore that is so based that he's just like, what is he even doing half the time, right? Like, he serves for most of the story as like a toady to Bolus, but he's not really like on Bolus's side because he hates him. So he just kind of goes around doing Bolus's bidding and then kind of just failing at it. And then as soon as he's freed from his master, he immediately goes shacks up with another master. Like, he is the epitome of toady. And like, his last master literally tried to kill most of the planeswalkers, probably even Tezzeret, honestly. Like, Bolus, he was harvesting sparks, and he's not the type of character who would care whose spark he gets. So, like, he teamed up initially with somebody that was actively or willing to kill him, and then he immediately goes to somebody else who's willingly or actively looking to kill him. Like, the Phyrexians, they're gonna try to complete him, right? Like, they're not actually his friends. He's just such a weird guy because he's like, he's always teamed up with somebody whom he hates and whom is trying to screw him over. And yet after he gets free from those kind of scenarios, he just goes right back at it. It's very impressive. I think we're getting roped, by the way. That's why we're having a long tangent story about Tezzeret and how cool he is. We're going to go for the kill, because that's the quickest line to get us out of this match. And I only need to attack with one thing, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to attack with 3, in case they hit a wreckage me. Because you'd be surprised at how clever people can be. Like, the rope into the surprise settle the wreckage is a real thing that you should be worried about. I know I'm worried about it. So I think I'm going to go... yeah, never mind. Don't even need to worry about it. So that was our game 2, I think. Or was that our game 3? I guess, like, our first game was really just kind of like a... kind of like a, hey, I stole your commander, and then they conceded. So we'll do one more. We're under 20 minutes. Like, generally my videos are 15 to 30 minutes. Unless we're doing like a let's play of something, like, right? Like, our Elden Ring videos were an hour, 2 hours, sometimes, depending on the context. And God, back when Return to Drang Lake was on, we did like 4-hour videos. Because it was like an event, right? Because it was happening real time throughout the week. So when you sit down for recording for an event like that, it's kind of like I can dole this out in parts and people will watch it, right? Well, like, my non-magic content is generally not as popular as my magic content, and I understand that, but like, the thing with that event was it was like a one-time thing, and like, everybody was hyped together. We were all on Reddit, like, trying to summon each other and be like that. And so when I put out videos on that, it was kind of like I wanted to show, this is what I got to on day 1, this is what I got to on day 3. You know, that kind of thing. The saddest part about that whole event was that for a lot of people who weren't able to play Dark Souls 2 on release and were getting to like experience the whole meta of like a new Dark Souls game on release for an older game, right? But it's just like the feeling of that game being alive again after so long was really, really nice. And then partway through the event, somebody exposed like a netcode error that basically allowed you to take control of somebody's PC remotely on Twitch. And the result of that so we'll do it on their turn. 4-mana draw 2, not too bad. Yeah, basically what happened was FromSoft had to shut down the servers, and it was like I think it was 5 or 6 days into the event. Like, I don't remember if it was supposed to be like a month or like a few weeks, but yeah, the event got shut down. And the result was that you could no longer do online activity for Dark Souls 2. So the whole point of Return to Drain Lake was that you were supposed to be playing with your friends, right? So if you can't really play with your friends, it's not that good anymore. Hercule's Final Meditation, Blue, and we take a bunch of damage. I think we lose this one. Just a guess. 13 damage on board. 14 damage on board. Feels like it could be a loss, you know? Ouch. Ouch. Ouch and pain. 16 damage. So we're at 3. Not bad. We're at -1. Never mind. Forgot you triggered. Well, GG. I don't know. We may talk about Return to Drain Lake, or actually Return to Drain Lake at some point. Like, I don't use a controller anymore, so I'd have to relearn all of Dark Souls 2 keyboard and mouse, and I'm not sure how viable that's going to be, but it is one of my favorite games in the series, and I might be looking to get back into it at some point. Either way, thank you guys so much for listening to my dribble, and thank you for enjoying the content. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.